We have given some questions beforehand for you, and I will pick something here. So at least I would be interested to know that how your activities have changed during last 10 years. That is there a big difference, something what you did 10 years ago compared today? And of course under the theme bioeconomy, and maybe we start here.
Okay, thank you. Well, what I can say, okay, from my point of view, and I speak about green hydrogen production, 10 years ago, let's say the main feedstock was methane, or other hydrocarbons, but fossil-based. So now I saw the switching from these fossil-based feedstocks to bio-based. New opportunities, but also, let's say, new issues. Very variable composition, a lot of catalyst poisons. So it was a hint, something quite difficult to develop materials suitable to treat different feedstock with different functionalities, with different and non-constant composition. But what we did was to exploit the expertise and improve our expertise. So this was the situation. The other point is among the different feedstock, one key point is to exploit local resources, to avoid any transportation that in case of biomass or bio-derived feedstock from biomass could be complex. If you don't dry, you carry water, for example. This is another point. So we have to rethink and reshape our approach to the research, especially not only to think about, to develop the best material, but to think at the whole process, the whole environment where we are working. So to have a more integrated approach. This is what we had to do, to change and to, let's say, to stay on the market, not to be outside. Okay, thank you.
Okay, from my side, I am expert in the synthesis of catalysts, of metal catalysts. So during these 10 years, I changed a little bit the focus to the fine chemicals synthesis for pharmaceutical industry, as example, to high-value product from derived byproduct from biomass process. I showed the glycerol conversions, or HMF conversions to high value products. So I changed the process for sure. The catalyst, I think, is similar. We are working in particular to remove the noble metal catalyst to non-noble metals for sure. So for this process. And also to optimize the process in order to remove byproduct. As example, I think that in catalysis, one of the topic is the selectivity of a catalyst towards just one product and not a mix of products. And other approach can be, from my side, as example, use continuous flow processes to avoid some safety problems on the production of these products.
Okay, from the measurement point of view, maybe the amount of data is the changer. So compared to 10 years ago, we have lots more data available. From the research point of view, maybe the terms have been changed. Before it was mathematical modeling, now it's a digital twin. So, thanks.
Okay, I think that in 10 years ago, probably the hot topic was nanocellulose, and now it's starting to get real commercial products, and now the focus is probably shifting to producing different kind of bio-based materials to replace fossil-based products in different sectors in the industry. I think that's the where it's going now. But I'm a little bit worried that in Finland we don't invest. We invest too little in this kind of research. For example, we overemphasize the research of microplastics, which is a little bit weird because research from that area doesn't produce any industrial productivity, and that we should be worried.
All right, from our point of view, also see that a lot has changed. Actually, SF Tech is more or less almost 6 years old. So, and it has been created actually because of the development of the bioeconomy. So the industry starts having a need of reusing its side streams, not only because it starts becoming expensive to dispose it to landfill, to generate waste, but because the natural resources also start to become expensive. It's like they have lower amount of natural resources, also expensive, and they need to find some profitable ways to reuse the valuable components that they have in the side stream. So the industry starts being opened to start changing the procedures, to start thinking about recycling, to start operating towards bioeconomy, operating towards circular economy. So that has changed a lot, and that also opens possibilities of investments and possibility of new research subjects from the industry side point of view. I think so.
Yes, I think one of the concrete issues is that sustainability has been in the discussions for a long time, but now we see increased activity on investigating the business potentials on sustainability, and that relates to circular economy and bioeconomy. On an organizational level, we have been organizing one of our service units as a bio-based industry service, and then also my role is a kind of I'm a circular economy manager or coordinator, ambassador. How would you say, to kind of facilitate that that we bring businesses and expertise together to make this transition to happen. And finally, the investors. Just recently, there has become evident that financing is getting involved and developing, let's say, mechanisms that actually more sustainable you are and more prepared you are, for example, for climate change, the lower interest rates you have. So it's based on risk. So do you have a risk related to climate impact, for example?
Okay, maybe we take a quick one more round, and I simply ask that, do you have some feedback to researchers or business people, or something what should be done in different way? You can please start.
I don't know if we can find a way to accelerate the transition from research to implementation. So that is in an industrial sector that from 20 years or 10 years cycles at least. So that would be something that would benefit us all.
I think what he said is quite true. There is kind of a slowness in the process because they need to evaluate the results and try to think if they are profitable. But I think there is a strong need of a cooperation between the universities and the focus on the industrial needs, because sometimes the university research goes one direction and the industrial needs goes in totally other direction. So sometimes it would be important to meet those needs because then you would really have something of a relevant value for the society. Or by instance, if nowadays we really take as a study case for our doctoral students some real need from the industry, that would be very useful because after that you would come and you would be able to show the economic feasibility of the study case and the new possibilities that you are offering. So if you think about, let's say, the side streams, many roads can be studied and generated on that. Imagine that you take different industrial processing, different materials that are so rich in so many different components. And as researchers, we are able to separate that. We are able to convert that in new byproducts. So you need to integrate and focus our research on something that's actually gonna bring some real contribution for the industrial production and therefore for the whole society. That's my feedback, I guess.
It seems that many industry sectors are very interested to be able to replace fossil-based materials with bio-based materials, and we have the third biggest wood reserves in Finland. So I think that now it's the right moment to start invest in this area before it's too late.
Okay, I totally agree with Mika about the acceleration of the research into the industry, but it also needs industry to be involved. So whether it's financial mechanisms or something else, but we need to force the knowledge to transform into the industry. Thanks.
Yes, in Italy, as example, there are a lot of small, medium enterprise. They are not big. So I think from our side is a possibility. We are an institute of research. We are not a university. Could be a possibility to interact positively with these small companies to do a step forward in this direction and cooperation on these topics.
Okay. I take inspiration from Claudio, since apart from being a researcher in the Research Institute, I have an activity also in a regional cluster. So one of the key points to exploit it better and to improve real industrial innovation is to create the right environment, the right condition to make industry, research, academy, and investors to collaborate and to choose the right solution. Because we have different point of view. We have different times. Times of the industry are mainly dictated by market. Time of the research, especially basic research and not technology transfer, are different. One of the key points is try to align all the, let's say, the stakeholders and also the time to reach real industrial innovation. And another point is to make some integrated studies. I mean, the best solution, which is the best solution? From our point of view, researcher can be something very different from the point of view of an investor and of the industry. The main point is to put together the three let's say, three main stakeholders. And last but not least, the right policy. We need support from local government to foster the solution, to push the solution. Otherwise, it's impossible. Just an example, I have in mind the hydrogen-based mobility in Lombardy. They founded a lot of projects. Local government founded, European Union founded, but they end because there was no support after the end of the project. We have buses, but no refueling station in the right place. It's crazy. I mean, we have technology. We exploit the money, but they keep the buses stopped in the deposit. It's just an example, but there is no division, no, let's say, a path to follow, a strategy. This is one of the key points, according to me.
Unfortunately, we have to end this seminar. So I and we are very grateful of your contribution today, and once more we like to thank you.